Pete Reinberger, and I am the CEO of a group of companies called RFE. Our group of companies have an education and training company that provides financial services education and training. We also have an unrestricted financial services licensee company. We have several financial planning practices, a lending company, and a financial services software company. I've been asked by a chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants to provide information about what the accountant's exemption means and how issues can be resolved, and I thought I might share this with you. So we've created 3 videos. The first one covers the education and training requirements that you have. The second one covers Australian financial services licensing requirements and the options that are available to you so that you can work out who to choose and what to choose. And then the third one is an example of what good financial planning practices look like so that you can either work out what you need to do to create your own financial planning business, or indeed partner with someone else and then make sure that the partner that you choose is delivering a high quality service so that your clients from the accounting firm continue to be looked after and cared adequately. Let's get into the solution for you. The accountant's exemption and how to solve the problem. Today we're going to take a look at the intent behind the legislative changes that are impacting on your business and your industry. We'll look at the options that are now available to you that you need to choose. We'll look at the advantages, and we'll also take a look at the disadvantages of the different options that you can choose from with regard to providing financial advice to your clients into the future. We'll then have a look at what it means to create your solution, the options that you can choose from, and the consequence of choosing the right or the wrong option. From a background perspective, in 2004, recognised accountants were exempted from having to hold an Australian financial services licence for the purpose of recommending a client acquire or dispose of an interest in a self-managed superannuation fund. So accountants were pretty happy. The definition of a recognised accountant was a CPA member, an institute member, or the Institute of Public Accountants members. In the intervening years, concern was raised regarding the quality of the advice that was being provided to different consumers. There have been many instances where accountants have either intentionally or unintentionally provided services to clients that extended beyond the scope of the exemption, and the delivery of this unlicensed financial advice exposed the accountants, but it also exposed the consumer. And so the government was really looking to work out how to solve the problem and to protect consumers from incorrect advice so that their self-managed superannuation funds and the investments in them were achieving the objective that the government set out to achieve, which is to assist consumers to accumulate wealth reliably over time so that they can fund themselves in retirement. The solution that the government came up with was to change the legislation, and ultimately the accountant's exemption has been repealed. And what that means is that financial services that are delivered, irrespective of whether you're an advisor or an accountant, must come in under a Australian Financial Services Licence and the compliance requirements and the professional indemnity insurance obligations of a licensee. I'd like to talk to you briefly about why creating a plan for your business now is really important. The facts that can't be ignored. You have clients who need self-managed superannuation fund and financial advice. Someone has to give this advice to your clients, and the advice provider must be under an AFSL. So the questions that you need to ask yourself are: has your practice given financial advice in the past? Does your practice give advice today? And do you want your practice to give self-managed super fund or financial advice in the future? Now, the answers to these questions will assist you in building your plan. And this is where you need to think very carefully about what you want your business to do. My suggestion to you is that you don't rush this decision, because if you do, it may prove costly in the long run. So choose a time frame that works for you, that will assist you in making sure that your business is established well and that the advice that you provide to your clients is of a high quality and in line with your existing accounting practice standards. Here's an example of what a plan may look like for an accountant. In the first instance, you may choose to outsource the financial services solution. While you're doing that, you may begin to get your limited advice capabilities. And ultimately, you may have a long-term plan to get full advice capabilities for yourself or for your practice. We've dedicated an entire video to outsourcing your financial services advice. So rather than address that matter here, what we're going to do is look at what it means to get limited advice, which is step 2 in the example of the plan that we provided to you. So you need to get authorised for self-managed super fund advice by 1 July 2016 if you are choosing to provide limited advice to your clients. So step 1, become RG 146 compliant, which means that you need to complete a minimum amount of education and training to comply with the regulatory guide for the provision of limited financial planning advice. Once you've done that, you need to establish yourself as an authorised representative under an Australian Financial Services licence. And then once you've done that, you need to make sure that you've got professional indemnity insurance in place. You will find that licensees will have professional indemnity insurance as a matter of course because that's the law. The 2 steps that you need to look at are becoming RG 146 accredited and then getting your self-managed superannuation fund accreditation. I suspect that many accountants already have these accreditations, but if you don't, your objective really becomes to find the best course. There are many providers in the marketplace that will provide you with education and training at a very competitive price. This is a list of some of the educators that are available to you at the moment. The cost of education and training. We have looked at most of the different providers in the market, and to give you a guide, we think that getting limited training will cost you somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000, depending on who you choose to go with. If you look at a full advice solution, we've identified that you can get a full diploma in financial planning for as little as $3,000, and we think that these prices are reasonably competitive. If you need assistance in choosing which course you should use or how to find the best courses in the market, you're very welcome to give us a call or send us an email at accountantsexemption@rfegroup.com.au, and we'll help you where we can. Have a great day.